What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another video. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or a video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Share this out. Do all the good stuff. We are closing in on 2,000 subscribers, and we have a couple of live streams coming up. So hit the like button, subscribe. We have a live stream with Chris the Entertainer, Dig546, and Big Dash Knows tomorrow, Saturday. And on Sunday, we're looking to do the Knicks 76ers game and free agency content throughout the rest of next week. So definitely hit that subscribe button and help us out. With that being said, let's get into something that's been talked about for years, but something that has come up again today. So, the New York Giants met with 9-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champ, Russell Wilson. And I didn't really see this as a possibility. Now, to go back a couple of years, was it 2019, 2020? Colin Cowherd said, hey, Russell Wilson wants to come to the Giants. There's mutual interest. And that never panned out. Then, after 2021, Giant fans were saying, hey, let's trade for Russell Wilson. That didn't work out, obviously. He went to the Broncos. And now the Russell Wilson tale is back for another turn. And let's just go over his stats from last season. And anyone who's watched football over the last 2-3 years, and even before that, his career worsts, or at least his career worst in 2022, was with the Broncos. And not great, not awful in 2023. Typically a better season. So, in 2022, with Nathaniel Hackett, who we all know is the Jets' offensive coordinator, 4-11, total of 3,524 yards, 60.5 completion percentage, 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and 55 sacks taken, which is not surprising, but also at the same time, he had some bad O-lines in Seattle, was able to survive that. Obviously not the case in 2022. In 2023, 15 games. The other two were started by Jarrett Stidham. 7-8, 66.4 completion percentage, 3,070 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and something he's eclipsed 3 times in his career, 4 fourth quarter comebacks. So, let's talk about the connections, shall we? And he's also 35 years old. I got to add that in. Let's talk about the connections. Number one, his wife, Ciara, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Artist, musical artist, widely known across the United States and possibly the world. As far as that goes, New York, one of the biggest cities in the world, one of the biggest markets in the world. She has wanted to come over to New York for years and years now, and that's why the Russell Wilson talks have been there. So you have that. Number two, I hate to bring up this narrative again, but let's bring it up and make it a point. John Mara. Saquon Barkley is probably leaving the Giants, leaving them with no face. And Russell Wilson, whether you like it or not, is still a face of the NFL. He is nostalgia for a lot of New York Giant fans, Seattle Seahawks fans, any NFL fan. Like you watch the Legion of Doom days and that Seattle Seahawks era from like 2010, 2011 on to whatever year they kind of stopped being good. That's what a lot of fans remember about Russell Wilson. They really choose not to remember Denver, but some will just to, throw some shade at him. But John Mara, I think, knows this and would probably push Joe Schoen, hey, sign this guy to a veteran minimum contract and let's get some butts in seats because Saquon is no longer here. And again, that's a possibility. It's not what actually is going on, but it's a theory. Now, my thoughts on this. I don't actually see this happening. I don't. But if it did happen, it would be very weird. Why would it be very weird? You have Russell Wilson on a veteran minimum. That's what everybody is saying Russell Wilson is going to take, with Denver paying him the rest of the contract and all that shit that went on this past year with him and Sean Payton. You have Russell Wilson on a veteran minimum contract. You have Daniel Jones with his cap hit. I think it's either $41 million or $56 million this year. Not great, right? You have a drafted quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, Jake Daniels, Drake May, whoever. And you have Tommy DeVito. DeVito you could push off to the side. I think another team would probably pick him up, but nonetheless, that's not really what we're here to worry about. Most quarterbacks, I should say really most teams, only keep 2 quarterbacks since 2020 because of all the practice squad stuff and all these other different things. Maybe about 10 years ago, quarterbacks on teams, about 3 of them. That doesn't happen again now, and the Giants really haven't had that happen other than last year when Daniel Jones was out for a couple of games. They elevated Tommy DeVito, and Tyrod Taylor was the starter. So you either keep 3 quarterbacks, or you do something where you PUP Daniel Jones or something like that. It'd be really weird. Also, what they could think, in line with the thinking of John Mara, again, just a theory, is, hey, Russell Wilson is a contingency plan because I don't want to give up draft picks to go get a quarterback, or the quarterback we like will not be there at 6, or won't be there in general. So you get Russell Wilson in here, you draft a wide receiver, you fix the O-line, you fix up the defense, and you go for it again. Which, in my opinion, would be a complete fucking mistake. And in that scenario, you could probably draft a Spencer Rattler or a Michael Pratt or a Joe Milton, and that's not a great plan either, because while some of those guys may have the tools, the athleticism, the skill set, all these different things, at the same time, how much are they likely to work out in the NFL? I think it's after the 3rd round, 3.6% of the quarterbacks drafted from the 4th round on are likely to make it in the NFL. 3.8%. 3.6 to 3.8. Nonetheless, that's a very, very, very low percentage of quarterbacks who make it after the 4th round. And of course, you do have your exceptions. Brock Purdy, Russell Wilson is an exception. He was drafted, I think, in the 4th round, maybe the 3rd round, but nonetheless, late round quarterbacks really don't work out. So my thoughts, this probably wouldn't work. I wouldn't mind Russell Wilson. I wouldn't mind him. Solid quarterback. But the Giants have to have a plan, and it better work out. Again, I don't see him coming here. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all the good stuff. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or drops. Join us for a big live stream Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the road to 2,000. Peace out, guys. See you later. Stay cool.